Welcome, everybody, to the Daily Community Vibe Check. I'm Andre in the Flow. Come and sit close. Campfire in the cloud. Yeah. I come home in the morning light. My mother says, when you're gonna live your life right. Oh, mama dear, we're not the fortunate ones. And girls, they wanna have fun. Come on in, everybody. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, yeah. Good to see you tonight for Daily Community Vibe Check. I'm Andre in the Flow. Come sit by me. It'll only be 20 minutes or so. The phone rings in the middle of the night. My father yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one. But girls, they wanna... Are you singing along or not? Oh, girls, they wanna have... That's all they really want. Some fun. When the working day is done, oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls, they wanna have... Girls, they wanna... That's your part. That's your part. That's your part. Wanna have fun. I don't hear you singing. Wanna have girls, they wanna have fun. Girls wanna have... Some boys take a beautiful girl and hide her away from the rest of the world. I wanna be the one to walk in the sun, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. That's all they really want. When the working day is done, oh, girls, are you ready for your part? They wanna have fun. Are you ready for your part? Oh, girls, they wanna have... Girls, they wanna have... That's all they really want. When the working day is done, oh, when the working day is done, oh, girls. Come on in, settle in. I'm Andre in the Flow. I hope that you enjoyed that opening number of tonight's Daily Community Vibe Check. I'm coming to you live from New York City in my studio to spread love and positivity and a vibration of hope into the world. That's a too long don't read. If you got to go and make dinner or go back to work or go yell at your kids, I hope you don't yell at your kids. I hope you really don't yell at your kids. Please don't yell at your kids. But if you got to go back to yelling at your kids, go on and do that. But just know that I was showing up. I showed up tonight, February the 2nd, 2022, to be a presence for love in the world. Because when people, if I get hit by the bus tomorrow, I say this every night. If I get hit by the bus tomorrow, I want the last thing that you see about my witness to be that I came online in the public marketplace to be hopefully a healing energy for those who who seek it. Now I'm not sure that I sent out the e-blast that I'm supposed to send out every day. So we're just gonna wing it tonight, shall we? I don't mind. Let me get my show notes. The only difference between tonight's vibe check and a usual vibe check is going to be, why does that keep doing that? You're out of here. We need to fire the production team tonight. They gotta go. They gotta go tonight. The production team, the whole production team, we're gonna fire them. The whole production team is gonna get fired tonight. All right, let's see what day it is. Happy National Tater Tot Day to everybody out there. I mean, who doesn't like a good tater tot? Tater tots remind me of elementary school and a more simple time in life when I always like my tater tots extra crispy. How do you like your tater tots? Do you like them a little on the soft side, like squishy in the middle, or do you like them like really, really crunchy? I want my tater tots to crunch a little bit. Or maybe you're not a tater tot person altogether. Sound off in the comments and let me know. Are you a tater tot person, or are you more of a hash brown kind of person, or home fries or French fries? Oh, French fries would be wonderful right now if I had some. Happy National Tater Tot Day to everybody out there. Who doesn't like a good carb from time to time? Let's pull an inspirational, you know what? I'm feeling very, very spicy today. We should pull an awakening card from the Mark Nepo deck. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, inspirational cards. Let's shuffle and see what comes out as the date. Oh, that's the one that, oh, there we go. That's the one. Seeing anew. Seeing anew. At its deepest and most real level, the notion of love at first sight is spoken of in every spiritual tradition as the reward for being fully awake. Such, seeing anew restores our sense of being alive. Paradoxically, first sight is recurring. Whenever we can see with that original vision, with nothing between us and the life around us, we can't help but love what we see. To see so fundamentally opens us to love. Wow, heavy card tonight. This is why I usually just do a quick quote and just take it easy. Lots of, oof. Anyway, the card that we were led to pick tonight out of this Mark Nepo. See, in the alternative church that we're building, there won't be any kind of like religious, dogmatic, super stressful books to abide by. I mean, it may come up from time to time, but it's not like that. The card is the message. At its deepest and most real level, the notion of love at first sight is spoken of in every spiritual tradition as the reward for being fully awake. Such seeing anew restores our sense of being alive. Paradoxically, first sight is recurring. Whenever we can see with that original vision, with nothing between us and the life around us, we can't help but love what we see. To see so fundamentally opens us up to love. This reminds me of what I was talking about earlier in the morning session. In the morning session, I was talking about how where your attention goes, energy flows. And I mean, it's the same message every day, right? Whatever you're focusing on and pointing your attention and your mind towards, that's the thing that's going to grow larger for you in your life. Once again, I recognize that this message is not for everybody. Everybody's not going to be picking up what I'm putting down. Some people are stuck and they like being stuck. And that's okay, right? That's their business. But for some of us, we don't want to really be the same. I don't want to be the same person for the next 37 years that I've been for this 37, right? So seeing anew, which is what the card is pointing to, is asking us to fundamentally see how much blessing and love and abundance we have around us, like right in front of our faces. Like, have you taken a breath today? Let me take one. And then start to count. 1 blessing, 2 blessings. And these are all external blessings. 3 blessings. I don't even have enough room in my hands to hold all of the blessings I have, especially people who come to this alternative chapel space. The people who come to this alternative chapel space, you're privileged because you have actual whole cell phones, whole smartphones and radio devices to be able to connect and love. And yet we feed our minds with so much negativity and bullshit all day. Even though the same tools that we have that could promote love and raise the vibration of the consciousness of the earth, instead of doing that, we choose instead to focus on what's negative. And what I want to be part of is a community where we're using these things here to give each other an emotional and spiritual and maybe even tangible boost along this path called life. That's my heart to you. And me and the team, we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on this alternative chapel space, a space where we're singing musical theater songs and we're reading poetry and we're getting all the feel-good energy of a church space, but without all of the bullshit. Who wants the bullshit? When you can encourage, equip, and empower people to just be their best selves, with or without the Jesus, with or without the Buddha, with or without, whatever you want to point to. There's also another space where we don't have to feel badly about ourselves, tapping into ourselves. But like I said, this isn't for everybody. It's a very specific crowd that wants to still honor our spiritual lineage and past, but we don't want to get hung up on the hatred part of it all. Because there's a lot of self-hatred built into the foundation of certain systems and institutions. And I want to disrupt all of that. Come and feel love. Come and be love. And then go the fuck home. It's just that simple for me. Let's find a question for the folks today. This usually goes a little more smoothly when I have the questions already loaded in and I send the e-blast out, but did I send the e-blast out today? No, I didn't send the e-blast out today. Oh well. Today's question is going to be, how long on average does it take you to fall asleep once you turn out the lights? How long on average does it take you to fall asleep once you turn out the lights? I'll give you a second to think about it. Like I said, I'll be here every night, 20, 25 minutes, holding space for love, being a lighthouse for love. And it's just 20 minutes. I love it. Quick and sweet. I would say by the time I lay down and officially lay down and start working on all my projects and all the things I need to do, by the time I actually lay down, it only takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to be out. Turn off all the lights. 5 to 10 minutes tops. That's all I need. What about you? On average, how long does it take you to fall asleep once you turn off the lights? Quiet bunch tonight. Sometimes Wednesdays are pretty slow for this programming. People are doing different things on Wednesday nights. They're probably knee deep in families and things like that. And so, yeah, quiet bunch tonight. It usually livens up around the weekend for this crowd. So just roll that around in your head. Like, maybe it means something to you. Maybe it doesn't mean something to you. How long it takes you to go to sleep. Maybe you're taking like a long time to go to sleep because your mind's preoccupied. Maybe it just takes you a long time to go to sleep because you're over caffeinated. Whatever the reasons are, sometimes those are mine. And so anyway, that's what the question of the day is all about. Once again, thank you to all of the donors and partners and friends of LCA who contribute to keeping all of this love messaging going forward in the world. Our budget's very, 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 very small, and so the donations actually cover it, and that gives me the freedom to then go out into the world and create magic in different ways under the umbrella of what we do here, which is to encourage, equip, and empower you. Are you loving you today? Are you being gentle with you today? Are you taking it easy on yourself? Or are you berating yourself? Are you letting life flow gently towards you? Or are you forcing the stroke? Are you saying it is well with my soul? Or are you saying what the fuck? Which energy are you abiding in mostly today? And how can you encourage your heart in this moment to just lift a little bit? Just a little bit. I'm not saying go from a 2 to a 6 or from a 4 to a 10. I'm just saying, like, just choose in this moment, in this next breath, to just notch your joy up a little bit higher. Oh, there it is. Because we know this is all about the mindset, right? We're not reinventing the wheel. I don't have a special elixir for you. I'm not a fucking unicorn. We're talking about the thoughts that we have that become the beliefs, that become the ways in which our lives manifest. And if we want to in this moment, we can all choose to just vibe higher. Now, does that change the amount of money in my bank account? Does that change the amount of money in your bank account? Does it change how many followers you have on Instagram that determines your self-worth and your self-esteem? You know, like, no, it doesn't change any of that, but your mental, as the kids call it, just choosing to I can feel myself going from a 2 to a 3. I can feel myself going from a 3 to a 4. I can feel myself going from a 4 to a 5. I can feel myself going from a 5 to a 6. Inside, I can feel myself going from a 6 to a 7, from a 7 to an 8, from an 8 to a 9, from a 9 to a 10. No one's asking you to make all of the jumps. No one's asking you to. That's a pressure that society puts on us to do it and do it now. Go from microwave culture, right? Go from 0 to 60 like that. No one's asking that of you. Just take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Breathe deeply. I'm not asking you to modify anything. Just find what a full breath looks like for you. You'd be surprised how many humans don't even breathe. I'm a singer professionally, so I have to think about it all the time. And you can tell by the way I sing sometimes, I'm not thinking about it. But it's something that we need to be mindful of. Are you breathing, beloved? Of course, you're a human being. The blood's, everything's kind of working according to divine right order, right? But then, but if you're like me, you're just walking around in life and you're holding your breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for COVID 32 or COVID 46, COVID 96, COVID 105, right? Who wants to be in that energy and that vibration? I'm giving you an opportunity right now in the daily community vibe check to just unburden yourself in the moment, take a breath, and allow your energy to increase by 1 point. It's an invitation. And just like if I were inviting you out to drink in New York City, you can either take the invitation or not take the invitation, but it's an invitation to just glow up right now. To love yourself, to say crazy things to yourself like, not crazy things, but things to yourself like, even though I forgot to send out the e-blast today to all the hundreds of people who are expecting it, I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. A little life hack. Even though I didn't send the email out, I completely forgot until we were in the session tonight, I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. Even though I'm an imperfect human being that doesn't really know what the next step of my life is going to be, I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. Now, I was taught a lot of things in my childhood for which I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my spiritual lineage. And no one ever taught me how to recognize when the bullshit's hitting the fan. This is what my alternative chapel space is going to be about. Because no one ever taught me that I could use language on myself like, even though this day is shitty as fuck, I deeply and profoundly approve of myself. I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. It creates this buffer between the shit that's happening and who I am. Some of us are taking on and internalizing too much of the bullshit. This ain't your mama's church. We're not going to be doing any Our Fathers or anything in here, in the space that I'm going to be creating. Not that that doesn't have a place and a validity in the world, but there's no Our Fathers here. It's I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself here. Nothing else for you to attach yourself to try to, check the marks off so that you can be, I'm a victim of this too. Wanting to be a good boy. Give me the pat. Oh, the blood of Christ, the body of Christ. Sure. But in my deep hours of need, I needed tools. That's all I'm saying. I needed tools. I'm not throwing everything out. I just needed personally. I needed tools of, even though I want to kill myself today, I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. It just allows a different kind of language and narrative to come into your existence. Like, you can't have that fear and love exist at the same time. You'll be like, oh, maybe it's not a good idea for me to off myself today. Maybe it's not a good idea for me to, to give up. Even though I want to give up, I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. And this is not something that a lot of people want to talk about. We talk about getting these degrees. We talk about chasing this money. We talk about a lot of things, but we don't really talk about deeply and profoundly loving and approving of ourselves, moment by moment. Now, I'm not talking about people who are making people's lives miserable. I'm not talking about people who are trying to, create traps for people and, create chaos and spread misinformation and dupe people and lie to people and take people. I'm not talking about that kind of energy. You can't love and approve of yourself and mistreat people, right? I'm talking about these moments when we keep ourselves on the hook, when we really, really beat up on ourselves in major, major ways. Instead of just saying, even though fill in the blank is happening, I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. Even though I have no idea where the next paycheck is coming from, I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. That kind of energy will move you from a 2 to a 3 to a 4, a 4 to a 5, a 5 to a 6, a 6 to a 7. You can do a lot of things when you deeply and profoundly love and approve of yourself. Because I deeply, profoundly love and approve of myself, I'll take this shower. I'll send these emails. I can be motivated by love. I can be motivated by the things I love. I can be motivated towards the things I love if I deeply and profoundly love and approve of myself. Now that couples along with this thing that we talk about every night in here as well, the fact that you are simply enough. You're just simply enough. If you can couple being deeply and profoundly a loving and approving way of yourself, and you recognize you're enough, you're gonna be a bad mamma jamma. You're gonna be like what Sia talks about, unstoppable today. If you can love and approve of yourself, in addition with recognizing that you're enough. Now, I'm not perfect at this. I have 2 alarms on my phone, one at 9 a.m. and one that's going to go off at 9 p.m. They are You Are Enough number 1 and You Are Enough number 2. I program these into my phone so that, I'm never looking at my phone for the You Are Enough alarm. It just goes off with whatever I'm doing. And sometimes when it goes off, I am loving and approving of myself and I am recognizing that I'm enough. But then there are a lot of times, too many that I would like to admit, that the alarm goes off and I'm caught in some kind of shame or negativity spiral. Or I'm beating up on myself, or I'm wondering where the next, dead presidents are going to come from. And then it snaps me out of it. It's like, oh. Do you believe that you're enough right now? Do you believe that you're enough right now? Or are you playing games, Dre? Do you really trust your power? Do you really trust your divine I am presence? Or are you playing around? On this way to this job, or, on the way to the snack in the fridge. I'm on the way to get the snack in the fridge. Oh, you are enough. Oh. Wow. Am I moving right now towards wherever I'm moving towards from a place of believing that I am enough? Or am I playing small? Am I doubting myself? Am I freaking out and worrying about things that are outside of my control? Or do I come home to me, deeply loved and approved? And this is something I'm just handing to people every night on the internet for free. And we encounter hundreds of new faces every night. Sometimes the room, sometimes I sing a wrong note when I'm singing in here and the room goes to 0 because people just don't want to hear me sing, or it doesn't matter. But for the hundreds of people that we touch, and we're about to touch more because I'm launching this 24/7 live stream thing, campfireinthecloud.com, 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 including this alternative chapel space for us to just really have these conversations of love and empowerment. It's on like Donkey Kong, baby. Get in the boat. This love energy, this love vibration where we're reminding each other, even though life is hard, right? Life is really, really cruel and people are bitter and mean and just so much confusion. And even in all of that, we can still, as adults, because we're the adults now, right? We're not kids being told, Andre, if you suck dick, you're going to burn in hell. How is that any of your business? And I told my mother a couple of years ago, I was like, that is the most perverse thing. It is the most perverse thing that other humans are concerned about what I'm doing when they're not around in bed. It is the most strange thing that people are so preoccupied that they will cast judgment and treat you differently based on the things they can't even see about you. You'll never see my dick. And yet you're so concerned with it. We got to push past that and push into love. More than ever before, we got to push past all of that and push into love. Anything else is a distraction, folks, given the world that we're living in. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't matter who's doing what, who's doing who. Focus your intention and focus your attention on deeply and profoundly loving and approving of yourself. I'm convinced that everything else is going to work out for me if I deeply, profoundly love and approve of myself. In a real way, not in a like, and you can tell. There's people in this Instagram influencer culture. You can really tell when people are like, when they really love and approve of themselves versus when they're just faking. It's an energy. You can really, really tell it. It's very, very potent. The difference in a person that loves themselves and approves of themselves, or even if you don't fully, you can tell a person that's really trying. In my work in customer service and customer care in the past, you can always, or when I was a flight attendant, you could always tell when someone got on the plane, you said, "Welcome aboard." You could always tell in the energy the people that really loved themselves and the people who hated themselves. Some people talk to themselves like that every day as well. And this is a whole different session we can do because I'm 4 minutes over. I'm like 14 minutes over, actually. But we can talk about it some other time, tomorrow night maybe. Like the fact that I've heard people out loud, "Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot," or I can't get anything right, or, really, really like mean. I wonder where you learned that from. I wonder where you learned to be mean to yourself from. I wonder where you picked that up from. Who was responsible for that bullshit? But we're going to undo it here in our community sessions together, nightly. And we're going to do it in all the things we plan together. The songs we sing, the poems we read, the energy that we flow to and through and from. And we're going to do something different because what we had is stale. What we had takes us away from the presence of the power of our mighty I am. When my best friend said to me, "Boo, there was a lot of self-hatred in the way we were raised." Not self-hatred for everybody else. Everybody else is just kind of going along telling me, that the wages of sin is death and all of this other hellfire and brimstone, like scary, like frankly, traumatic shit, right? A lot of traumatic shit. Somebody's blood. Like, we're talking about blood. Like I said, you have what you want to have. If this is not your type of programming, then turn me off and go and pray and go into your holy water. But what I'm saying is that, like, some of that stuff is really, really strange. In fact, more strange than even the lifestyle that folks call sin. I'm just saying I don't have to really get into the blood of Jesus to be a kind human. I don't really have to get into the blood of Jesus in order to, like, show up nightly and be loved. Like, nothing about Christ's love is compelling me to be here. What's compelling me to be here is the fact that there are people out in the world who don't love themselves. There are people whose gifts and desires to be expressed in the world are stuck inside their chests. I mean, sure, I love the Lord. He heard my cry too, girl, but don't you want to be happy? Don't you want to be truly happy? Not under the thumb of oppression and suppression. Just breathe. Just breathe. Anyway, that's tonight's Daily Community Vibe Check. I'm Andre in the Flow. Lots of awesome things coming out of this group. We've got the right people in place now to make some things happen. And there will be, coincidentally, we're working on filing paperwork and doing everything we can to start an alternative church. The church, I look out into the space, and I'm in the space. I came from the space, and I'm from the space. I know that showing up online in this way and being a true beacon of light in the community and trying to really, really wash the feet of people and make sure that their dreams come true. To say like, yo, I see that the pot that you're in, I'm talking about tangible ministry. I see in my own special way, I see that the pot that you've been trying to grow your life in as a creative is super, super small. I see, beloved, that you are root bound, meaning that you've got so much roots. Like your plant wants to grow so big and you've got so many roots, but your pot is so small. And no one's ever told you that you can afford a bigger pot. You can allow yourself to have a bigger pot. We can find the soil and the water and the sun to grow you into your dream. We can do it with the spiritual. We can do it with the ethereal. We can do it in any space. But the most important thing that I want people to get from the messaging of my church and chapel and all these spaces is don't leave here with the loving juice of your life inside you. And many of your pastors aren't even telling you that. They're wrapping it in all of these rules and things so that you keep coming back. But I don't really give a fuck about whether you come back to this session or not. I want you to have a happy life in a real and authentic way. So anyway, that's my time. I got to go. And I made work for myself because I didn't restart the stream to package it. But I hope that you all enjoyed tonight's rant. I'm Andre in the Flow. You can learn more about my work. Thank you, Miss Nor 5150. I really appreciate you. Thank you for telling me that my voice is amazing. Your voice is amazing. Your voice is relaxing. Anything that you feel about me, you have as well. I can imagine everybody looking down at their devices being like, where'd he go? And because I'm going to put it in the podcast, they're going to be sitting in the car going, where'd he go? I'm still here, beloveds. Let's read our passage for the night, shall we? This year, I'm taking the community that I serve in this alternative chapel space. We're still toying with the language. I think it's going to be like an alternative chapel. The campfire in the cloud. Anyway, a space where we can gather and just take care of our hearts and center our hearts. Look, if you have a religious preference or whatever, focus on that when you want to focus on that. But this is a bring your own belief kind of space where the mountain that our eyes are fixed on is simply called love. And you can dress that love in whatever name you want to call it. But the mountain that my heart is fixed on right now in this path in my life is called love. And so I'm here every night. If you want to RSVP and come on schedule and come on time, you're one of those people, you can RSVP at the website through our community calendar, through Eventbrite. And I'll be here when I say I'm going to be here. And if I cancel because I'm having good food, good sex, and great adventures, then I will let you know through that portal as well. But I'm going to try to be here every night because I believe that our hearts matter. Especially in times like these. I believe that in times like these, the people who are movers and shakers of the light, we need to be on our mark. With all of this disease in the air around us, we're all behind masks. With all of this deep depression for the loss of money and jobs, some of us lost really good jobs. Some of our lives went really like this. We didn't all skate through COVID. And so because of that, we owe it to ourselves to just gather as often as we can and just point our eyes towards the mountain called love. But this year, I'm taking the community through a book that is an international bestseller, more than 30 million copies sold. Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. I read a passage every night that I'm here. I read that one last night. Page 108 from You Can Heal Your Life. So glad to have you here tonight. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. My unique creative talents and abilities flow through me, and I am expressed in deeply satisfying ways. There are people out there who are always looking for my services. I'm always in demand and can pick and choose what I want to do. I earn good money doing what satisfies me. My work is a joy and a pleasure. All is well in my world. Ooh, gotta read that again. That's an ooh. Juice is on the loose. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. My unique creative talents and abilities flow through me and are expressed in deeply satisfying ways. There are people out there who are always looking for my services. I'm always in demand and can pick and choose what I want to do. I earn good money doing what satisfies me. My work is a joy and a pleasure. All is well in my world. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. My favorite part of this one is there are people out there who are always looking for my services. Sometimes for social entrepreneurial people like myself, and for healers in the world, we're not so, we're not really into this capitalism thing. We're not really into this rat race. We're not into this struggle bus mentality that adults have. Pass me by with all that bullshit. Some of us just want to be here and be at peace and be in love and for love. But when you're working in a loving space, sometimes you can get discouraged because it's not the popular thing. People would rather watch those folks fight in the Golden Corral the day before yesterday. Look it up. They were fighting over steak in the Golden Corral. So yeah, people are drawn to that kind of negativity and that vibration. But I want to be drawn to the place of there are people out there who are always looking for my services. I'm always in demand. I'm always in demand. As a person thinks in their heart, so they are. I'm Andre in the flow. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. Until we meet again tomorrow, 7:30, unless I die in my sleep. I will see you all very, very soon. I hope that you're feeling love and light, and the movement is just getting started, so we hope to pick up some love stars along the way. Have a good night.